Welcome to video number 4, and this is going to be about gathering more intel. Now, in video number 3, as you saw earlier, we utilized Alexa.com to gather some basic information about our perfect buyer. Now we're going to take it a step further, and you're going to see in just a minute what I mean. So first things first, in order to do this, basically we are going to utilize the Facebook Ad Audience Insights free software application. Now, you obviously do need to have a Facebook account in order to do this. Now, if you log into your account and you go specifically to facebook.com/ads/audience_insights, as you can see here in the address bar, if you go specifically to this URL, you will see the following page. It'll say choose an audience to start, either everyone on Facebook or people connected to your page. Now, this is the assumption that you haven't started a page, you haven't started anything yet, your page doesn't have an overflow of traffic to it, so you definitely want to start with everyone on Facebook. Now, the reason why Facebook Audience Insights is so powerful is simply because it allows you to dig really deep and dig further into all sorts of things. And I'll show you in just a minute. But what this allows you to do is, this is basically showing you what all these people on Facebook enter into their profile. Their likes, their dislikes, their age, their gender, everything. In fact, Facebook is one of the few big companies that is giving you access to this data. Obviously, they want you to utilize this data for the purpose of Facebook ads, but you can use this data for your own products and services and for your future ads as well. Now, as you can see here, I generally like to just start out with one country, the United States. Sometimes it'll default to your country. But as you can see, you can add countries as well. But I like to stick with one country, and I'm going to leave everything as it is because I want to see, and we're going to take a look at the demographics we pulled earlier with Alexa. We basically want to make sure that we see patterns that are continuous and consistent patterns that show us consistent data. Now, Alexa.com, we saw that is a majority of female, and there's still some males that are interested in gardening, but not a whole lot. And then we saw that the majority had graduate school or some sort of college, and the other ones as well. So let's go ahead and put the interest in here. So interest right here, where it says interest, put garden or whatever that you're trying to do. So now we see home and garden, we see gardening, garden of Eden. No, that's not what we're looking for. So we're looking for gardening or garden. So I'm going to do that, and let's just take a look at this. Remember that it was a good amount of women, and I guesstimated about 80% women, 20% men. But realistically, with Facebook ads, it shows that it's 69% women and 31% men. Now, in detail, this is what is nice about Facebook. It gives you a more thorough breakdown of the age range. Now, as we can see that the majority of people are interested in gardening on Facebook are about 25 to 34. Now, then we have 45 to 54. So it looks like the majority are here, and then the majority are the older folks. So 25 to 34, 45 to 64, and then it kind of breaks off. And that's interesting. As I began to think about it, as far as gardening goes, the young folks, 25 to 34, they're not super young, but they're about, they've already graduated college. They already have had probably a job for a decade, and they obviously are interested in gardening. Maybe they have kids and eventually they get out of that stage and then they come back at age 45 to 64. So they could be almost retirement age kind of deal. So that's why I'm kind of painting a picture here. We can see that men as well, the same age, The majority of men that are interested in gardening are about 25 to 34, which is interesting. And then it kind of breaks off from there. Now, we can see lifestyle, which is something amazing here. You can see the US demographics and interest data based on purchase behavior, brand affinity, and other activities. So basically, this is showing us out of the majority of people, they are interested in gardening, country ways, clubs and causes, sort of nonprofits. So a lot of country type stuff, suburban, country, outward, rural lifestyles. Relationship status, the majority of them are married and they have at least college, which kind of matches the exact data that we got from Alexa.com. Job titles, we can see that a large portion of them are in legal, nurses, community social services, healthcare, a lot of medical type stuff, even management, business management, social sciences. And if we go back up here, we can say page likes. What do they like? What kind of pages on Facebook do they like? Website, books, writers, magazines. What kind of magazines are they reading? Better Homes and Gardens, entertainment, country music, food, beverages, news, media, fictional characters, home and garden. What kind of pages do they like? We can see where the majority might be located. So a lot of Floridians, Florida, upper north, Iowa, Missouri. So a lot of East Coast activity. We can see frequency of activity. How engaging is this particular audience, or how hyper responsive is this audience? What kind of device that are they using? We have household income. How many of them actually own homes? Household size, home market value, and spending methods. And then, of course, purchase methods. And I'll get into that in a later video. But I really want to show you, it really breaks things down. So Alexa kind of gave us a broad overview. And of course, with their paid version, you'll get a more detailed view, but I'm utilizing all free tools here. And this gives us a more specific view. So now you can take a look at this and say, okay, I can have a better view of what this person looks like. Woman, 25 or older, retired woman, perhaps, likes a lot of country type videos and episodes and TV shows. They're a lot into the country comfort and maybe stuff like home goods and stuff in that arena of liking. So now that we have done this, we've essentially painted a better picture of our audience. So what I would recommend that you do now is just to fill this out further, and we can see now that it's majority female, 25 to 34, and then it was 45 to basically 60 plus age groups. So age group equals the following. A lot of country pages and likes. So what I would do is I would just go through all of these and jot everything down. And then from that point, we can move on to the next video.